Are the microphones working?
1. Recording.
Okay.
And
all right, guys.
And we have 45 minutes.
So. We have 45 minutes. Okay, so this is our very first podcast. I have never done this in my life.
Me neither.
Okay. Okay. So welcome to Team Fat Kid Podcast. You are what is this called? Team Fat Kid Chewing the Fat?
Yep.
So this is Team Fat Kid Chewing the Fat. Like, that's how new it is. Like, we literally just made this podcast.
It took us about an hour to
figure out how this crap is gonna work. Okay, so in this segment, this is kind of more behind the scenes kind of thing. What are you looking for?
A beer.
Well, do you have one?
It's over here.
Okay.
Behind all these chairs and
Get
shit.
used to that. So we're coming to you from the Team Fat Kid Studios, aka the garage behind the pig and all the videos. So we're sitting out here in the garage, like we always do. This is honestly where we come up with all our ideas. This is where we say. This is where we hang out.
This is where we watch ourselves.
Yeah, we are very vain people. But we do like to talk about things like kind of. Let's just get on the topic of Carl Ruiz.
Carl Ruiz, yeah.
Ruiz. Hashtag Ruizing.
Ruizing.
Hashtag Ruizing. Like, that dude is awesome. Like, I don't know if you guys follow him on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Like, look him up.
On Instagram, all he does is drink and eat, and it's awesome.
He goes to the coolest places. And honestly, I'm a huge fan. Like, not to be fanboy about it. I'm a little bit, though.
I'm a huge fan, but I'm not a fanboy.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to come across like a stalker. But I do kind of Instagram stalk him. I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, because you set goals, right? Achievable goals. And I feel like his goal, I doubt he ever thought that he would be on TV and on Guys Grocery Games judging and
being the reigning champion on that.
Yeah, being the reigning champion of Triple G. Like, he has some crazy 28 wins.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw it was 26. 27.
Yeah, it's nuts. So, I mean, when you put that in perspective, how much money he won doing it.
Yeah.
Let's average it. You can win 20 grand. I mean, he does a lot for charity, but I mean, you can win 20. 14 is kind of like the lowest you see. So let's say averaging $16,000 at a show,
just one episode.
Yeah, in one episode, and so he's won let's say 26 times. I don't know. You do the math. Do it, Dooley. Seriously, do the math.
This is what I'm doing. So, let's say 28 times what, 16,000, 17,000?
Yeah, let's say 16.
$448,000 that he's won, basically, if that's the correct math on that.
Okay. So let's say we're ballparking it. So he's won almost $400,000. I mean,
almost $450,000.
Perfect
timing.
Yeah. So the producer just pulled in. She's still mad at me. So we'll see how this goes in a second.
Might have to pause. I don't know.
Let's pause it.
And pause. Okay. So.
All right. So when you think about it, let's say he won $400,000 over the course of 6 years.
That's a good chunk of change.
That's a good chunk of change. So I mean that's a side gig.
Yeah. On top of him owning restaurants and everything too.
Yeah, and he's about to open a new one, and I mean.
Well, I thought it already opened.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a stalker, Dooley. Evidently, Dooley is a stalker. I like how I leaned into the computer screen, they could see me hiding it from you. So, all right, just to give us a little backstory. All right, so Team Fat Kid started. You guys may or may not know Arthur. He pops in occasionally in our videos.
What y'all doing?
Yeah, so he pops in and he actually coined the phrase "fat kid," because actually all three of us worked together, right?
Yep. Actually, all 5 of us. Same time or no?
Yeah, I mean Charlie was there. I don't know. Alex wasn't there.
Oh yeah, Alex left
the producer was there.
Yeah.
Well, I left before Alex came in. So like that's like kind of like Alex and I don't think I've ever. Well, yeah, we worked together at Lulu's.
Because I remember like I got off and like y'all were talking. That's what I'm.
Yeah. So okay. So at one point or another, we've all worked together. Like it's the growing force, I guess, that pulled us all together. Arthur used to call me Fat Kid because he swore that there was 600 pounds of someone inside of my body, which I am not 600 pounds.
Which, like, with all the Team Fat Kid stuff that we do, yeah, you could see us with that. Like,
so like Arthur actually coined the phrase Team Fat, or not Team Fat Kid, but Fat Kid, and then Alex threw the team in there, making us all join forces. We used to just take pictures like on Instagram,
yeah,
and we would just post it to our individual Instagrams, and then like, well, we're doing all this, like let's make a page out of it on Instagram, and it really, I think, started like an Instagram post, I believe. And
and then y'all had like a few on YouTube, which were like 30-second videos.
Yeah, like 30 seconds. Yeah, that was before the era of Dooley, where we made him edit all of our videos.
Yeah, I asked Jason. I was like, "Yeah, I'll be part of Team Fat Kid," and then hey, you're the editor.
Hey, guess what?
You edit the videos. I'm like, I just.
Well, we give you free reign to do what you want with it. I mean, all right. First, let's back up a little bit. Like, we take Team Fat Kid seriously, but we do this for fun.
It's all fun and games, like doing it, but we do take it as a business.
Yeah, we definitely focus on it. I mean, this is like all of our free time goes into Team Fat Kid, and I mean, it does piss the producer off from time to time.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the end, like, she gets to eat good food, and she a lot of times is correcting us and making us focus more.
Yeah.
Because, like, we do tend to, like, because it is our day off when we're doing this, and, like, we're shooting video, and we also are off. But in our minds, we have something to do, but we still want to be off, so we're drinking beers, and we're...
And if people see it from the Facebook standpoint, we'll upload a video at, like, 10, 11, 12-ish time, and then the last video is at, like, 10 p.m.,
Yeah,
so it's an all day affair.
It's a marathon. Like, we're hanging out. Like, this is what we did anyway. We just decided to put camera to it and actually kind of focus more
on actually creating
things like things that not everyone would do.
Yeah.
Like on their natural. Like, a lot of things we do, and I'm still talking to the computer like it's a camera. And that's just I want you to see my face. But we do things like not everyone is able to do.
Yeah,
like when we're
having
cooking,
a smoker, having a pressure cooker, air fryer.
So, and I know we lack a lot, and we try to be informative on what we're doing. But then we realize we're also speaking to a simple few that have an asado spit that are going to cook a pig in their backyard over a fire pit.
Like, one thing that my cousins and everyone else, like, when we did the pho challenge, I said, "Hi, Brenda." That's my mom's best friend. She's basically my godmother. And, like, she watches this shit, and she's like, "Y'all are just drunk all the time, aren't y'all recording?" It's like, not all the time at the 10 o'clock video. But
yeah, I mean, in the beginning.
It's just all fun and games.
Like during the pho video, you were sober.
Yeah. Like,
you had, like, a drink.
During the pho video, like, I didn't drink for... I think 2 days.
The pho video, real quick, is going to come up on YouTube shortly.
Yeah.
We had to move it from cameras onto a terabyte so that Dooley can access it. Like,
I kept on forgetting to bring the terabyte over. So
that's his fault, not no one else. Nobody else's.
Hashtag
Damn it, Dooley.
Damn it, Dooley.
So, I mean, like, honestly, like, we do this out of our love for food.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's it. Like, yeah, like, we, by the by, which I like to say a lot, by the by, we have no sponsors. So everything we do comes straight out of our pockets. Like, once the bills are paid, then we're looking at, like, a lot of the crap we do is pretty damn expensive.
I love how you're still talking into the fucking...
I'm still talking into, like, there's a little camera on my laptop that I'm speaking. Like, because I have Facebook pulled up and Instagram, which I really need to answer some people on Instagram. But because I really try to be very like up to date, like quick
Public,
to
up to date
respond,
with them,
like
yeah.
to respond. Like if you guys, if you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, like you ask questions, whatever, like I'll do my damnedest to answer them as fast as I can. A lot of times I'm at work, okay? So you guys got to give me a break. And we all work in the restaurant industry.
That's one thing that kind of hinders what helps us is like we're there, and like just this week coming up, like we have cabin fever, which is how many fucking people, and we have all this stuff going on. So like that's why like uploads to YouTube are always slow. That's why
yeah, because we actually have full-time jobs.
Yeah, like we're trying to do stuff 14th decade, but then it's like. I'm going to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, like, I just got off at 10. I got to be up at 5. Like, that sucks. Like, and then, I mean, that's for everyone in the group, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, take Chase. Like, Chase works in automotive during the day, and then he
from
works...
like 8 to 4 or something
like that. Yeah, and then he's on the line.
From like 5 to 9 or
some
shit.
5 to 9. At 9 is, like, the earliest he gets off. Like, if they had a slow night. You know what I mean? So, like, in Dooley and I, like, our hours fluctuate along with Alex because Alex and the producer work in the same building. Dooley and I work in the same building. Chase actually works in the same building as
the producer, Alex.
Yeah, and then poor Arthur, man, like he's working like a fucking horse, man. Like he's just. I mean, I take nothing from that. Like nothing, nothing
like,
away from that. Like he's providing for his children, and like he's the only one of us with kids.
Yeah,
like out of all of us, Arthur is the only one with kids, and like in a lot of times, like he comes to Team Fat Kid late because he was with his kids. You know, we're not like that's honorable, like by all means necessary. You know what I mean? Like he does his thing, and that's I believe the correct way. Like, I mean, like. We have nothing else to do with our free time other than, like, drink beer. And trust me, sometimes I'd rather just be sitting at a bar drinking beer in the hashtag sniper seat cruising it. Like, that's, I mean, I'd much rather do that a lot of times. And it's...
But also, like, with me, with the bar life, like, let's say, after work, have a few beers, some shit like that, like, the bar life is definitely, like, a networking type of thing. Like, I mean, there's some people that we've met through just the bars that watch our stuff that if we never went to the bars, like,
they wouldn't be followers.
Yeah, like, I'd say like 15-20% of our people that we hand out cards to at least are from the bars.
Yeah, definitely. And like, I mean, like we have a website. It's www.teamfatkidnation.com, and like it's kind of a lot for us. Like, we put stuff up there. Like, we make T-shirts, and we think that it's funny.
Like, most of our stuff that we have on there, like, we don't predict the price. That's...
Oh, yeah. Like, because we're using a third party. Like, we're not at that level where we're...
Yeah, like, we're not shipping. We're not doing any of that type of stuff. We have a third
basically,
party.
Like, you order the shirt through our website, and then there's a company, I think they're in Texas, and they print it out. They make it one-off shirts, like, and then they ship it out. So, like, yeah, like we're making like pennies on these shirts, but it's more or less like we just want to get our name out there. And I think, like, you know, if I feel like everyone needs a Dammit Dooley T-shirt because everyone has that one friend that is Dammit Dooley.
They get beat up. They get fucking, you know, you're the one to blame, type of stuff like that. And I mean, I don't...
Shut the hell up, Sharon.
Yeah, fucking like, what was it, Kevin off of The Office, Larry, Gary off the Parks and Rec type of shit like that. Like, there's always that person in your group of friends or your group of people that you work with that is that person. And I'm honestly glad to say I am that person. Like, whatever, I get blamed for it. Is there legal issues? No? Alright, cool.
Yeah, so, alright, so let's can we talk about Dammit Dooley for a minute?
Yeah.
Alright, so this all stemmed from us working together, and Dooley was on Fry for a long time.
On Dish and then on Fry.
Yeah, well, you were on Fry. I remember when you were in Dish, and I remember when you were on Fry, and I remember asking Dooley for, because I was expoing and like asking Dooley on fries, like wedges actually.
Yeah.
We had these sweet potato wedges. They were seasoned. I mean, they came prepackaged, but we're dropping them in the fryer, which they take forever because they're potato wedges.
They're basically take a potato, put it in force. That's what you get.
Like, yeah, and they like seasoned almost like a Rally's fry.
Yeah,
like
a Rally is just a bigger
version of like the Arby's flavor.
I was just about to say not a curly.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a wedge and
Carl Ruse, like what you would.
So like we're there and like we're busy as hell. I mean, like we're talking like anyone in the industry will know what I'm saying. Like we have 2 rails full and the spools falling onto the floor, like busy.
You're not even looking at the tickets coming in.
We were across the street from the amphitheater, and so like country concert nights
are literally hell on earth for anyone that works in the restaurant industry.
And then so like there's this meme out there. It's like Expo said you might need to drop some
which
fries.
is your desktop picture.
Yeah, it is the desktop picture. Like Expo's like, you might want to drop some fries. Like with 2 spools or 2 rails and a spool, like you're in trouble. And I look at Dooley and I was like, Dooley, I think wedges, which I told him at the beginning of the shift. Hold on, this is gonna sound crazy, but I told him at the beginning of the shift, I don't want to have to ever ask for wedges. Like, you should just keep them cooking all night long. And, of course, like, I think we're, like, halfway through the night. And I was like, I'm waiting on wedges. And Dooley's like, 2 minutes. And I remember this. I think it was, like, a Tim McGraw concert.
Kenny Chesney, Tim McGraw, like Luke
one of those. It wasn't Luke. It was one of those stupid big concerts. And, like, Dooley's like 2 minutes, and I was like, okay. And then like 2 minutes go by, maybe like 5 minutes go by, and I was like, yo, man, I need to sell these plates. I need wedges. And Dooley's like 2 minutes, and then what coined the whole thing, I was like, damn it, Dooley, you said 2 minutes 2 minutes ago. Which means when Dooley said 2 minutes, means he just dropped them.
Yeah.
And that's a 5-minute cook, like at least.
And that's why if you ever work in the industry and you're new and someone says 2 minutes, it's probably just not being dropped. No matter the cook time on it, it's been 2 minutes.
So that's this little backstory of how Dammit Dooley became Dammit Dooley, because it kind of went on for hours that night. And then every time Dooley was a late drop or dragging a ticket.
I was not the best at the beginning.
All right, so digging deeper into the Dammit Dooley, like Dooley at that time did not take cooking that serious.
No, I was still in college.
Yeah. He was still in culinary school, and he was also in a metal band.
Yep.
And so he was more interested. I mean, I would be too. Like more interested in hanging out and playing music and
like literally going to a show, being there, getting drunk as fuck after the show, and drinking a little bit before the show, everything like that. And then you have work the next day at like 10, and then you get off at 10. Like it's just but it's all about the life. Like I had the opportunity to become the sous chef at the place, and like it was either keep on going with the band or continue the career that I went to school for. And honestly, I'm happy I went the route I went, because I don't know how good the music scene's going on right now, because Shaka's just closed. Like, I think officially now. Like, they closed for a while, and then they reopened, but that was, like, the main spot in Virginia. Like, now they closed completely. Like, no more shows.
There was, like, Gills, too, right? Like, for a while, Gills was over, like...
Oh, yeah, there's a couple places. Like, Shaka's was the main place, then you had, like, fucking, what was it? Juice Mother, but they closed down. And you had all these other different places. So, it was, like, the scene around here is not...
Yeah, the music scene here is not great.
It's
like, well, let me rephrase, because
the live music.
There's a lot of live music around here that does well.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know, shout out to our boy Vince Cornegay, because like he's like a one man show.
Yeah, he goes to like what was it, in a week he went to like 2 AJ Gators. He went to Finn's, and then he went to
like he was like what doing 10 shows in 7 days. Like it was something like that. Like I mean he's crazy and he's a teacher.
Yeah, which is fucking crazy. Like
it's like he has a full-time job.
And then you're out till like 10, 11.
Yeah, so then you play 5 shows during the week. So you're playing every day after school. Sounds like an after-school special, right?
And then
like on the weekends, he's picking up like double, like days and nights. Like he's killing the game.
And also, I don't know exactly where his workload is for being a teacher or whatever, but
he teaches special needs.
I'm assuming he still has, like, obviously paperwork to do with the kids and stuff like that, but like doing that stuff and then going out playing a show here and there, maybe 2 times a night. Like that's some respect right there. Like
and then he's got the church gig too.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. Like
every Sunday or every Sunday.
Every Sunday he plays with the church. And while we're like touch briefly on like the special needs, we're gonna be trying to bring up some organizations that are nonprofits, and like we'll get them on the show to. The show, is that what it's called? It's a podcast. I don't know.
It's a show.
We'll get them up here.
Whatever.
And the first one I want to bring up is the Growing Seed, which is done by a couple good friends of mine, and they do great work, and we'll touch more on that on our next show.
Yeah.
So we'll get them here and we'll get them to talk about it. They're doing really great work for the special needs, and I feel like that needs to be addressed. So
I love how he's still going into the
I'm still talking into that camera. I can't help it, man. Like we started this whole thing on a camera, and like now I'm trying to do it like without a camera.
Yeah, just straight audio. Like
yeah. So all right. So back to Dooley. Like, what made you? First off, what made you go to culinary school in the first place?
Okay, so honestly, I was in psychology class, and
if you know Dooley, you know that was the wrong path. But continue. Please continue.
So I was in psychology class. Mr. Vanderbilt, he was probably one of the best teachers I had, alongside Mr. McCall, who's a physical training teacher, like weight training, that type of stuff like that. Like he helped. Like you could go to him any time of day and shit like that. And I think it was like at the end of the year, like we had a what do you see in yourself in the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever.
I did one of those.
And all these other people
longer ago, but yeah.
All these other people, they were like, one guy, he was like, I want to start producing music, I want to start doing music. Cool, great. So the person, I want to do modeling. She's still doing modeling now, actually. And then
remind me about the modeling story.
That's true.
I got a good one.
But like all these people, like it's fucking hospital, this and there, and everything like that. And I was like, I don't know what the hell I want to do. And I was working
high school.
Yeah, this is high school.
That's a perfectly fine place to be.
And this is 12th grade because I would just need.
Maybe.
I just needed.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I know. 12th grade, you should have had some inkling of what you wanted to do.
Only because I did the whole electronics class on computers, working with this and third and everything like that. Computer programming, all that type of stuff.
He wonders why he's the editor.
Yeah, I've had some dabbling with computer stuff. So
14 years experience.
Yeah, let's say that. But it's so I mean, it was like my last day, and then it was like what he called like the box. So you have what you have on the outside is what you let everyone perceive. On the inside is like what you don't show anyone. I know I keep on clearing my throat, but it's fucking.
Let me clear
cold.
my throat.
It's winter, so whatever. But
and we are sitting in a garage.
But so inside my box was grandma died of smoking and everything like that. So yeah, it's just great for me to smoke on here too. But all this type of stuff like that. And then it was like I had like this empty, like just a black picture, and he was like, "What is that?" I was like, "I don't know what I'm going to do with my life." And then everyone in class was like, "Ooh."
That's deep.
All of us were like, "Oh, I'm going to be a nurse. I want to be a surgeon. I want to be this. I want to be that." And this guy's like, shit.
Yeah, easy as AI ever got. I turned in a black piece of cardboard. Construction paper. Sorry, it's high school.
But I mean, it was a shoebox. So on the inside, like each panel had some different thing.
Okay.
So on that thing, and then after the class, like he was like, I mean, what do you do? Like, I know you have a job. I was like, yeah, I'm a busboy at Outback Steakhouse. And he's like, you ever think about going into that? And I was like,
busboy.
I was like,
busboys for life. I'm pretty sure there's a hashtag out there somewhere. Like, I bet you. I keep going. I'm gonna pull that up. Like, you keep going with your story. I'm sorry. I know you interrupt from time to time, but
it was just like right he did that shit, and then he started talking to me. And I was like, I mean, well, whatever. Let's go ahead and go with culinary. So I started working at the rink. Like, working with the rinks, I got the dishwasher at Outback, and then yeah. No.
All right. There are 8 posts for hashtag busboys for life. So I mean, it's not a towering number, but it's out there. All right, so continue. Sorry. So you work your way up to busboy. You worked your way up to dish, which like.
Worked my way up to dish.
Unsung heroes of the restaurant industry are the busboys and the dishwashers.
And then my boy Robert McKeever, once we post this, shout out to you, got me the job at Finn's, and then worked dishwasher, and then to there. And
no, that wasn't.
Well, to there, like how I got actually onto the lawn and everything.
Yeah, that was like a. Like, let's be realistic.
It's more like a really long-winded fart, just long-winded fart for like 4 years.
Yeah,
and then
4 years in dish, man. Like,
well, it was like 2.5 years in dish, and then it went to.
It felt like 6.
Yeah, it felt like my whole childhood. So, did that, and Jen Schaefer, like, because she went to CIV too.
Yep.
And she was like, if you get a replacement and dish, I'll bump you to fry. Guess who my replacement was?
Yeah.
Brian was my replacement. He was still there. But
that dude kills it though.
Oh, hell yeah.
But he has I use the term, like, I don't want to say, not taking anything from him, but like, he has a real job. And like, he does this at night to put his kids through like ballet or gymnastics or wherever they're.
Yeah, like all his money from there.
Whatever their choice is this month is like he's killing it, and like he's doing it again, kind of like the Arthur scenario. Like he's took on this second position to provide for his children, for them to do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah.
Like, while they're in the Dooley black
hole of
I don't know what I want to do.
Where am I going?
And so, like these people, like, I'm not taking anything away from Arthur either, saying like he's doesn't have a real job. He's a kitchen manager, like, and Brian has his day job, and then he washes dishes at night, which he makes good money doing because he's been there so damn long, and he's epic at it. Like, that dude.
If he quit, they'd be like, "Oh fuck!" Like,
I tried to steal him, but I will. Brian, if you're out there and you're listening to this podcast, let's talk again. Like, I do it every time I see him. Like, so let me know when they're not treating you right. Like, I mean, I'm not even trying to make him a dishwasher. I'm trying to give him a better job.
Yeah.
Like, the hours there work for him. And it's easy for him. He's like, man, this job's a piece of cake. Like, I get it, man. You're making great money doing what you're doing, and like, I'm not mad at you. I am a little mad at you, a little bitter, because I want you to come work with us. All right, so back to Dooley. Like, so then you got Brian there, and like now you went to fry.
And during my dishwasher experience, because I don't know, do you remember Big Dave?
Yeah.
So
me and Big Dave were friends.
Like, it was my first class, which was obviously the essentials. Like, you learn your knife cuts and everything like that. It was my second class where we learned the mother sauces. There's an entire, like, I think it was 4.
They're made by Scott.
Yeah, 4-week class.
I'm not just plugging things. Like, we actually know stuff over here.
I think it was like 4-week course of just doing the mother sauces, and
rightfully so.
And Big Dave was like, while I'm in dish, I'm putting stuff away. He knows I'm in.
Is he quizzing you? He's got like
flashcards. Oh no, he was. You know Big Dave.
Yeah.
He in your face. He's like, what's the Espanol? What's a bechamel? What? I'm like, bro, not in my face.
First of all, like when we say Big Dave, like he's intimidating.
Oh yeah, like dude, my interview with him to be a dishwasher, like, okay, say you're sitting down at a small table, and the biggest burly dude that you could think of sits down next to you at this small table, and you just,
and,
all right,
and neither one of you are small dudes.
No, well,
so this is like the smallest table.
Yeah, it's like the smallest table. And
it looks like, in my mind, it looks like two kids having a tea party.
And like, dude, he was sitting there. He's just like, all right, so Robert told me that you're good over here. I'm like, yeah, I was a dishwasher over there and everything. He's like, speak up. I'm like, I was a dishwasher over there, and I don't like the manager over there, so I decided to come here.
I hate him.
And he was like, all right, you start Monday. I'm like, that was short. Like, it's just, but luckily I knew him. He knows my parents and everything like that, so I was like, whatever, cool. So, and once he found out I was in culinary school, that motherfucker was just like in my face every day. He was asking me like how to do a béarnaise, how to do like julienne, a dice, everything like that. Oh, what's the mother sauces? What's the difference between this and that and third? I was like, I went to culinary school burning boiling water. Like, it's just, I was not good at the very beginning, but now I'm kind of like, hey, how y'all doing? So, this is...
I'm talking about the same guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get skinnier?
Yeah, well, dude, all right, so...
It's only been like 9 years since I've seen him. So.
Yeah, so, all right, so my first experience with Dave, he was on vacation, and I lost my job. Mark...
Yeah,
we all know. Had hooked me up at Town Center.
Yeah.
And so Dave's on vacation. So I'm dealing with this sous chef who's garbage. Like, I mean, I'm unemployed, man. So I took the first job like that came up, and it was like, okay, so you're gonna be like, I was lined up to be sous chef somewhere. And like, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I guess gotta learn here.
The job's a job, basically. So.
Yeah, like it's paying decent money. It's not great money, but it's like I could pay my bills.
Yeah.
All right, so I go into the kitchen, and like, first of all, like, I sat at the hostess stand, and I showed up to work in all my chef gear. Like, I look professional as hell.
I'm here to cook. Like,
yeah, like, so like, and at this point in time, like, I've already left the kitchen, so like, I'm taking a step back. And now I'm going back to the kitchen, which the kitchen is what I love anyway. Like, just the food in general, like just doing this. So I'm walking into a place, like, I don't know anything. I know zero. And I walk in, and I sit at the hostess stand for, I don't know, 30 minutes. Finally, the fucking sous chef shows up, and Dave's on vacation. So I walk into, the dude finally comes and gets me from the hostess stand as I'm sitting there, like, ready to go. Got my knife roll. Like, I'm like...
First day back at school.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's like... And so I go in the kitchen, and he's like, okay, so, like, I just need you to get on some prep. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, this is Matt. Matt's going to show you around.
Oh, I remember Matt.
Yeah. So Matt shows me the walk-in, shows me dry storage, like, shows me the freezer, shows me the prep book, and I was like, okay, I can read. Like...
I can read this.
So, like, he hands me a prep list. He's like, okay, we need to knock this out. And I'm like, okay. And, like, the place we were at, like, it's busy as shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I was like, well, how about I need priorities? Like, which one of these motherfuckers?
Which one's 911? Which one's
like,
not?
yeah, like, okay, like, what takes the longest? And what can I do while I'm doing that? And he's like, what? I was like, yeah. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, so you need mac and cheese? So... I start the mac and cheese because I can read. Like, so I take the build book, I start the mac and cheese, and I was like, yo, all right, that's working. Like, what else do you need me to do? And I'm doing like 4 things at one fucking time because shit has to cook. Like, I'm not rushing through shit. And like, I was like, so I need to wrap how many shrimp with bacon in this fucking shitty ass fucking onion? So it's like, I'm taking a green onion. I got to skewer the shrimp, take the green onion, lay it down, and after I trim the green onions, and then wrap the whole bitch in bacon, and we need like 400.
Is that where you got the idea from?
Yeah.
Skewer day?
Yeah, I mean, and because then like when they go to cook them, it's a great idea because then you're gonna wrap it in then you're gonna wrap it in. They're already wrapping bacon. So when they're cooking, then you're gonna rub it in some barbecue sauce. It's a great thing.
It's fucking delicious.
Not when you're putting 4 on a plate and you're in a busy ass spot and holy shit. So I'm making mac and cheese. I'm wrapping shrimp and bacon at the same time, and they're like, "What the hell's going on?" Like, while that's going on, like, guess what? I also got the shepherd pie working. Like, I got all this crap going on. Like, holy crap! Like, you're the prep god. And I was like, no, I hate doing prep. That's why I make Dooley chop everything. I hate doing prep. I'll cook all day. As long as somebody brings me chopped onions, I'm happy as hell. So, this is our very first podcast. And we got 9 minutes left?
9:30.
All right, so we're gonna dive more into what makes Dammit Dooley in our next show. And I think we'll get Alex here because I think Alex is gonna bounce some more questions off you, and by then I'll have some new ideas. And then I think what we'll do, because this is brand new to us, is we'll eventually rotate the story off of Dammit Dooley, and we'll go down this road with each one of us, because I feel like this gives us an opportunity to tell you more about us and what our background is and why we're doing what we're doing
and future plans and
what's down the road for Team Fat Kid and
honestly who we could bring on, obviously local, because we're not going to call fucking Carl Ruse unless he's in Virginia Beach.
Unless he happens to be driving down the street and catch him.
Yeah, I'm like, hey buddy, wanna come to the Fat Kid Palace?
There's a lot of celebrity chefs out there that I admire, and I think a lot of people out there, especially in our industry, I'm going to use Richard Blaze on this, throw shade at celebrity chefs because they're on TV. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of them are jealous, dude. And, I feel like I was there at a point in my career, damn, these bastards, but they've already done what we're doing. You know what I mean? They've already gone through these things. Maybe not in this
essence
progression of what we're doing.
This essence of how we're going about it.
But I mean, again, if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And so,
honestly,
you'll learn more about me as we go. There's a lot about me that, if you look at me, you probably wouldn't know. So. That's gonna be a fun episode. So,
so we got 7 minutes left. Any sort of
segues?
Well,
I feel like all right, okay. So I feel like maybe tomorrow we'll dig up a little bit of more Dooley with Alex, and we wanted Alex to be here, but we were so antsy on this.
We got everything set up. We're just
it's
kind of it's kind of okay. I'll go back to the whole band thing. When we first had a band, it was not the group that I was with, but we had a storage unit, and they're like, "Yeah, bands will play here all the time," and we had everything set up, and we're just go, grab a microphone, get on the drums, get on the fucking guitar,
it now,
let's go. Ah! You're not even playing music; you're just making noise. You're like, "This is awesome!"
It's that release, and I feel like. Through our normal days, everyone, in the groups, normal days, this is, our culinary days, we come together and we do what we want to do.
Yeah.
Instead of, we have to look at a menu.
We have to look at your builds.
What the customer orders, and, how do we create this inside, the criteria of pricing of what the guests can afford. Basically, and what they want, and how do we get them as close to what they want with what they can afford?
That's why we go to the stores like Food Line and
we
Walmart
shop sales all the time, and that's not just a joke because we're really paying for this ourselves.
We don't have any sort of sponsor or anything, so it's that's on sale versus this. Let's grab that.
So let's take the last 5 minutes of this and just throw it out there real fast. If anyone's listening to this and has a hookup with Clorox wipes, let us know because.
Or Monster.
We're going to start small. Clorox, Monster, Svedka, Rain. Let's start these young
let's just start with the small people.
Yeah, I mean, we pay for everything. And, I mean, eventually we would love to not have to foot the bill. But, you know what? I guess like that's the startup life.
Yeah. I mean, just like with like the YouTube videos and the Instagram and all that type of stuff. Like I've heard a lot of people say, like, you never show us the end product, but that's all because it's on. Like you're seeing the end product at the very beginning because you have to scroll down. That's why me with YouTube, I put it all together.
Yeah, he's the one who pasted it all together in the chronological order that it's supposed to go in. Because yes, if you log into Facebook at 11 o'clock at night, you're looking at the end product, not what we've been doing all day.
So I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Like I mean,
it posts backwards.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it posts the correct way.
I kind of wish like with like if you have a business page on Facebook, like you could like today, and then it's like all your videos from start to finish from that day. Like it'd be kind of like you just have that little like.
All right, Facebook, you're listening.
Facebook, Instagram.
No, they're not. But like, no one's listening right now. It's me and Dooley talking in a garage to ourselves.
We're doing offline. I'm gonna be putting this up later. Like, but I mean, yeah, like if it could happen like that, that'd be fucking awesome. But like with YouTube, like that's where all the chronological. Like, I mean, I've been like with the what was it? Not the pizza, the other one.
I don't know. Like you know how many videos are there?
Where we the dough rice.
Pretzels?
Yeah, pretzels. Like with the pretzels, I literally told Alex, I was like, "Give me your phone. We're putting on time lapse."
To watch the dough rise.
Yeah, which I mean is like a fucking
interesting. It wasn't a long video, but I've never sat there and watched dough rise.
That's a segue, like right there. And then Alex was like, "Oh, well, how are we going to shoot the fucking other videos?" Like, well, we got an hour to wait on this shit anyway, so let's just make a transition.
So like this is like when we started thinking about the podcast, is like we had an hour to kill.
Yeah, we have an hour to kill,
so
why not talk to you guys?
So we could sit here and we can talk to you guys and get more into what makes Dammit Dooley tick.
And with this thing that we're using Spreaker, Spreaker. If you actually go on, you could actually, if we do a live broadcast, you could actually talk to us with that. So,
well, that's coming in the future.
Oh yeah, obviously we're in the future. It would just be more about like when, like we'll definitely post on Instagram and Facebook and everything like that when we were due actual.
Sorry, I'm making Dooley panic because I moved over here and he's got like two and a half.
Like when we actually do like a podcast, like if y'all want us to do like a live podcast, and I'm pretty sure this goes on like you do it on Alexa, you can do it on this, you do it on that, and just listen to us whenever. And if we do,
I'm kind of anxious to walk in the house and say, Alexa, play Team Fat, choose the fat, like, and see if it actually works.
But okay, so we got 2 minutes left.
We don't want to sit here and bore them for 2 minutes. We can go ahead and sign off.
Oh, I'm saying,
I just like we haven't come up with a cool sign off yet.
Anything we want to kind of let you know about what's coming up tomorrow or Monday or?
I mean, let's just say that Team Fat Kid's coming up on a birthday.
Yep, we're coming up on a birthday. And
this is Jason signing off for Dooley.
And I'm Dammit Dooley.
All right. So, guys, we'll hopefully get this podcast up here soon, and we'll be able to talk about it tomorrow. Let's go do it.
Later.